Greetings, my friends. Thank you for watching this video, and if you would be so kind, please subscribe if you like what you see. Help our channel to keep growing and keep fighting the war to save pop culture. Together, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy. Enjoy, and thanks. I'm not gonna mince words, people. I am in a really bad mood today. I'm angry, and not the good kind of angry.
Uh-oh. No greetings, my friends, no future ruler of Earth, no hello, Harvey Cthulhu, no clever and genial opening?
After watching the first episode of Kurtzman and Goldsman's latest act of cultural vandalism, laughably called Star Trek Strange New Worlds, the first thing I did was pull out my geniality, drown it in the bathtub, then set it on fire. I am so sick of this vile trash pretending to be Star Trek while drowning Star Trek in the bathtub and setting it on fire that I'm all out of bubble gum. And fans of They Live will know just what I mean. I'm disgusted that our standards have been lowered to such a sad and tattered degree that some people, shell-shocked and in desperation, are saying that Strange New Worlds isn't as bad as Discovery or Picard. Fact of the matter is, it's every bit as bad as STD or Puke Hard, but it's glossy. The rot beneath is lacquered over with fake Spock, fake Enterprise, fake Uhura, fake Nurse Chapel, fake transporters and fake tricorders, and underneath all the shiny fake optimism is a rotting corpse, riddled with plot holes from Kurtzman's narrative machine gun. The sheer hatred for original Star Trek and real Star Trek fans runs through this thing like holes in Swiss cheese. You think this was okay just because the uniforms look kinda sorta like the originals if you squint real hard and hit yourself with a brick to make yourself forget what real Star Trek is? Well, put down the brick and put on your glasses, cause Uncle Doomcock is here to remind you all of what real Star Trek is and why this shit on a shiny stick ain't it.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Buckle up, gang. I think we're in for a bumpy ride.
That we are, Harvey. Okay, so let's get the positives out of the way. There's not a lot of them, so it won't take long. The only two things worth watching on this show are Anson Mount as a version of Captain Pike and a super hot chick that is pretending to be Nurse Chapel. Mount, given a decent script and showrunners who weren't brain damaged from huffing their own farts for the last 4 years, could have been a fantastic starship captain. Anson Mount does the best that he can with this material, and it's a testament to his excellence that even though I hate this show, in the future I'll be able to watch him in other things without throwing up. I can't say the same for Mikey Spock or Rainn Wilson, whom I will never be able to stop despising for how awful he was as Harry Mudd. The other thing that's nice to watch is the chick playing Nurse Chapel in a skin-tight white outfit that matches her white hair. She's a knockout, so there's that. And last but not least, the pre-credits scenes in Strange New Worlds is the bestest Kurtzman Trek ever! Mainly because they take place with Anson Mount in a cabin in snowy Montana and show him riding a horse, just like he did in Hell on Wheels as Mr. Bohannon, and these scenes pretty much have nothing to do with Star Trek being in a cabin or in the snow, and that's why they don't suck so much. These scenes have almost nothing to do with Star Trek other than showing us a closed communicator making the wrong sound effect on his table, and a corrupted 50% different version of a shuttlecraft buzzing Pike on his horse, telling him that his number one has vanished on a first contact mission. Now, number one is called Una for some strange reason. I guess maybe it's to reflect the fact that she's a whammon and all. Plus, they had some Spanish left over from Spielberg's failed West Side Story reboot. Yay, diversity points! So now they call her Una, even though she's not a Latina to virtue signal, and then they roll the credits and show us their corrupted 50% different mutilation of the USS Enterprise, which from now on shall be called the Phony Prize by this reviewer. So they roll the phony prize credits, and just when you think, well, okay, maybe it won't suck so bad this time, oh, Nelly, do they bring the suck, reminding us why we hate Kurtzman Trek.
I have a feeling this is going to have something to do with Spock, isn't it?
How well you know me, Harvey. So it's not enough humiliation that in Star Trek Discovery they made Spock a hysterical dyslexic with a phony-ass human sister who Sarek loves much more than Spock because she's the bestest ever. But now, they show us Spock and T'Pring on Vulcan. And once again, they shit all over Star Trek canon and common story logic by having T'Pring ask Spock to marry her, when in actual fact, in real Star Trek, Spock was engaged to T'Pring when he was a child in a logical, prearranged Vulcan marriage, which means romance and desire had nothing to do with it. They didn't have any relationship whatsoever between them, except to mind meld as kids to cement the arrangement. And T'Pring didn't even really like Spock all that much in actual canon, even carrying on with another Vulcan, Stonn, while Spock was away on Starfleet missions. So this sad attempt at a romantic scene between Vulcans involving Spock and T'Pring was sad and disgusting. The lack of awareness and respect here amounts to the usual literary malpractice that typifies Kurtzman Trek. Basically, you contemptible hacks, if you can't even be bothered to learn what you're writing about, you could at least have the common courtesy to shut the fuck up. But Kurtzman Trek is not courteous, any more than leeches, hagfish, and lampreys are courteous as they suck the lifeblood out of their victims. In this case, Star Trek is their victim. They've gotten fat on it and left behind a bloodless corpse of a franchise, and this Strange New Worlds shit is just more of the same shit. In fact, dealing with legacy characters as it does, Strange New Worlds is worse. Because after T'Pring makes goo-goo eyes at Spock and they get all engaged and romantical, they kiss passionately in public.
What? They kiss? And are these supposed to be Vulcans?
Yep. Even Sarek and Amanda, who were married, never were shown kissing. They did very, very chaste things, touching hands and fingers in an extremely restrained way. And when Spock made out with the Romulan commander in the Enterprise incident, they too did not kiss or embrace. They did a weird finger-touching thing. Watching Vulcans screw is more like watching Swiss Family Robinson than Deep Throat. And yet, here they are, kissing in the restaurant. The Vulcan waiter at their table tells them to cut it out and get a room, sounding far more peevish than any Vulcan should, since peevishness is, after all, an emotion, but what the hell? No one on Vulcan acts Vulcan anymore, so Spock and T'Pring oblige, and they go off to fuck. I repeat, Spock and T'Pring oblige, and they go off to fuck, despite no one being in Pon farr. Oh, what a delight, isn't it? To see entire narrative universes just wadded up and tossed away like a Kleenex in a teenage boy's room, destroyed by incompetent hacks that don't know diddly about squat.
So Spock follows her back to T'Pring's room so he can T'Pork her with his T'Prong?
Oh yes, Harvey. And Spock is smirking the whole time, like he's some kind of horny pimp like Sean Connery in James Bond. So forget Pon farr, forget childhood engagement, forget about Vulcans being unemotional. With Mr. Smirk and T'Porn and Mr. Peeves, the Vulcan waiter, this is a straight up shit show. And then we get half-naked Mr. Smirk lying down on top of spread-eagled T'Porn when they're interrupted by an incoming call on Mr. Smirk's communicator. I just hope Kurtzman is having fun destroying his career with failure after failure after failure. Soon so many failures, not even Hollywood in all of its corruption and stupidity will be able to ignore it. So anyway, Mr. Smirk and T'Porn are about to bang when Pike calls, and despite Vulcans being highly secretive about their mating habits, I mean in real Star Trek, Spock could barely bring himself to discuss it with Captain Kirk. And that was back when he was in the throes of Pon farr, and far more desperate than he is here. But despite this canonical secrecy about Vulcan mating, half-naked smirk and to porn, both just candidly tell Pike he interrupted them banging, and at this point I have to say, I hate this damn thing already. This is not Star Trek, people. It's Kurtzman Trek, or perhaps at this point, we should just call it Shart Trek.
Shart Trek, boldly shitting where no Star Trek has shit before, right in its own underwear.
So, let's see, what else? Oh yeah, they race swap Captain April. He's now a proud black man, so there goes that bit of canon for the usual bullshit race swap just to be trendy and signal some virtue. And both times they show a closed communicator with an incoming call. Kurtzman and Goldsman get the communicator sound completely wrong. When there's an incoming signal, communicators beep. They don't chirp. And it's the wrong kind of communicator for that era anyway, I know because I own one. But hey, if you're gonna suck, suck all the way. Suck completely. Leave no suck unsucked, you pieces of filth. So I'm already pissed off, but then something happened that made me repeatedly yell, "What?" out loud, over and over again. As Pike is headed on a shuttle to board the phony prize, Pike's datapad mentions something about a first contact situation with the Gorn. The fucking Gorn. What a bunch of crap. Kirk first encountered the Gorns on Cestus 3. He had never heard of them before. No one had ever seen one in the Federation. This is just outright lies by cultural vandals, so stick a fork in Strange New Worlds, it's fucking done. This is not Star Trek. They will never learn their lesson. This is trash scrawled on an asylum wall by shitheads using their own poop. There is nothing of value to see here. It's just more mutilation of Star Trek, exactly the same as STD 4 years ago.
Well, they just can't leave the Gorn alone, can they? Kirk definitively was the first one to ever contact a Gorn. That was cemented in canon. But Captain Lorca had a Gorn skeleton in his Museum of Horrors in STD, and now this crap with a first contact situation with Gorns? My main question is this gonna make you push the button that will free me from my containment field and let me destroy Hollywood and your entire universe? Well, is it?
By the final episode of this horrible series, it damn well may, Harvey. It may.
Oh my God, this is great!
It's not great, that's the point. I mean, holy crap. Everything about this is corrupted and wrong. The transporter room looks like some 80s roller disco based on a proposed roller disco designed by the Village People that was rejected by Liberace for being too wussy. Strange New Worlds got absolutely nothing right from the original show. The uniforms are all wrong, the bridge is all wrong, the equipment is all wrong, and the characters, oh God, the damned characters. Guess what, Harvey? Khan Noonien Singh's fucking granddaughter is Pike's new #1, filling in for so-called Una, who needs to be rescued from that first contact mission.
Wait a minute. Khan's a relative? Why? Why would they do that?
Because they're desperate for Memberberries, Harvey. Memberberries to trample upon, crush, and turn into bitter wine to be served up to former fans of the dead corpse once known as Star Trek. Maybe they figure that if fans are drunk on that wine, they'll not notice how much this sucks.
Shoot, man. We're barely into this episode and we're already running long on this review. I think maybe we should break here and return next time with part 2 of this review. Otherwise, your head may explode, dude.
An excellent idea, Harvey. Who knows, maybe with a little sleep and a lot of alcohol, I'll be in a better mood next time. And so my friends, tune in for part 2 of this review of episode 1 of Shart Trek, Estranged New Worlds, coming in the next day or so. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry. Ha 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 ha.